And welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. We've just killed the mutant that was in the disposal area. And that created this whole, like, kind of sort of ethical issue kind of thing. Something that this game itself doesn't really touch on that very often. It's not a very serious game. There's not a lot of places where you can think, oh, I should be taking this seriously. But that, what we just went through, was maybe one of them. Because it created an issue. There was this mutant that was created in a very unnatural process. And it itself believed that it should have been destroyed. It shouldn't have existed to begin with. Well, the road's still blocked, so we can't just go back to Windia now. But, we're promised that there is a way, and we're gonna go spend the night here on the house. I'm not paying for that crap. And the next day, they're gonna find a way for us to get through. Pallet, I guess you'd call him. I like how they pull their wagons full of hay with milking cows. Can you believe that turd? He actually is going to sell us out. Oh my god, I just want to punch everybody in this game. Come on, there was only one of them. 3 against 1. We could have taken him. But no, well, they're dragging us all the way back to this damn town with the arena in it. And we're back where we started. I like how everybody in the town sees them herding them in tied up like this, and no one gives a rat's ass. There's really only one choice here. Put Pico in the cage, because Momo is a much better fighter at this point in the game. Plus she can heal other characters. Isn't that funny? They're actually releasing us from Recognizance because, well, other than the fact that they have the road blocked, they are holding Pico hostage, but they're actually going to allow Ryu and his friends to compete in the tournament. Now, Nina thinks this is some way for them to win their own victory. Obviously, Bilo and Thunder aren't going to honor that. They're evil bastards, after all. But they figure they're going to get some money off this. They bet for Ryu and his friends. No one thinks that they're going to win, so they're going to get really good odds on that fight. You know, it's just a money-making scheme. Okay, this is the Null Magic Hall. Fights that take place here will have all the characters muted, meaning they won't be able to use magic attacks, which is bad for characters like Nina. But, well, that's the way things go. This is the Hall of Kings, I think it's called. Arena of Kings. One-on-one battles here. This is where the last battle in the tournament takes place. The team leaders fight. The winner wins. Duh. Hall of Fire is kind of a weird battle, and I'm not going to explain it now because it's a little confusing. But that's going to be where our first battle takes place, so that's where I'll explain how the battle works. These guys will be our first competitors. In this room you can buy armor and all that kind of stuff. Now I believe it's the same kind of stuff that you would be able to buy outside the arena, but the only difference is you're actually going to be able to afford it now. Now that all that weapons and armor shuffling is out of the way, let's move on. Maybe a couple more competitors here. Nice. Let's go look and see who's going to be fighting. Now, we will never be fighting that guy, I can tell you that much. Ooh, who's this Lila kid? Layla. Oh, this kid's sick. And apparently has no money. That's a shame. Okay. Let's move on to the next hall and see who is fighting there. This is not the way to get there. Okay, it's time to get our battling on. Okay, battles in this arena will be one-on-one. Now I find it's best to have Nina go first, then Momo, and have Ryu come in at the end. Now Nina doesn't actually stand a chance against this woman, but I'm not trying to make her win this fight. And I can actually lose this fight and still continue on, as long as I win the overall battle, because either all three of your characters have to be defeated, or these guys that are holding up the platforms we're standing on have to be defeated. So you can actually target these guys, or your own guy. So you can heal your own guy, but you target the guy who has a rather incredibly high HP rating. And in the event that you defeat him, you win the battle and get an extremely high HP, which is, or not HP, experience point. A lot of experience points for defeating the guy that's holding up the other team. Which is what I'm going to attempt to do. Unfortunately for Nina, she's not going to be getting any of that benefit. I'm just going to have her keep blasting Ice Blast on that guy. And ice attacks are the best way to go. Now, another method you could do is to attack your opponent directly. And with Nina, it may be actually a little bit better than normal, because this girl here will, Claw is her name, will use blind attacks and will complete and use them over and over and over again, such a pain in the ass. But Nina has the ability to use magic attacks which don't rely on sight, so you'll hit her anyway. But what I'm having Nina do here is wail on the dude, Dodai, or whatever the hell you call him. Attempt to weaken him. Eventually she's going to run out of AP because she doesn't have an infinite supply. And then Nina's going to get the crap kicked out of her. Then I'm going to have Momo continue the fight. But I think you get the idea. Even though I'm not explaining it very well. Okay, look what happens here. Now that guy is halfway down. That means he is halfway dead. So Nina is actually getting pretty freaking close. So now I'm going to have Nina attack this girl directly. Unfortunately, she doesn't stand a chance in hell. Whew, I'm surprised she even survives that. And Nina's down. Alright, Momo's up. Now, Momo is a much better, more rounded character than Nina. She can't do any, at least can't do any significant magic attacks other than like an earthquake attack. Her physical attacks are much higher and she's capable of healing herself using magic. So that's going to give her a pretty big advantage during this fight. See the blind. Blind is such a pain in the ass. Now my strategy in this fight is to deal a little bit more damage to the guy she's standing on. But for the most part, I'm going to defeat Claw in this fight. I'm going to use damn... Yeah. Use an octopus... Okay, that's what I was... I'd forgotten that I had done that. Use your octopus item, which induces blindness in your target. So now Claw can't see. Or at least she can't see as well as she used to, pretty much on even standing with Momo. Then have Momo use eye drops on herself, so that she can see, something that Claw can't do. This reduces the chance that Claw's just going to blind her again. Then have her heal herself. Not how good that did. But do a little bit more damage to this guy. Momo does a lot more damage than Claw does. But make sure you don't do too much damage, because you really don't want Momo to get this experience, because you'd rather have Ryu get it, because he is the main character and he's much more important. My thought is always to have Ryu be the strongest character, because he's going to be involved in every battle in the game. Whereas Momo, Nina, Pico, they're all going to, disappear. Just like, but not disappear as in like the way Tipo and Reed did, but they're not going to be involved in every battle. Now once you start focusing your attacks on Claw, it doesn't really take all that much time for the battle to end. Remember when I told you that when you started focusing your attacks on Claw, the battle would be over pretty quick? Apparently I was lying. So I had Momo take this one down, and she gets a fair amount of experience points. And we're gonna have another battle against this weird Santa Claus looking bastard. And he is going to take Momo down. Now I suppose if I had to, I could win this battle with Momo, but it would require too much effort. It's not really worth it. So I'm going to have him take Momo down, and then have Ryu finish everyone off. No healing, just keep attacking. And Momo's down. Now it's time for you to save the frickin' day. Of course, what you want Ryu to do here is to take down whatever the fat guy, whatever his name is called. Now you only get about 150 experience points from this, but it's still worth it, I think. Not really. Just something I do, though. In reality, you can get 150 experience points by fighting random enemies in the field. It's a lot easier, a lot quicker. And with this attack, Ryu wins the battle, or this part of the battle, and we move on to fight the team leader. Now here we are, don't screw around with it. Go straight to dragon form. Now use fire and the reverse gene, because remember the guy that he's standing on is weak against ice attacks. Now this makes an ice dragon. Use frost claw, and you'll do an enormous amount of damage, provided you hit. And this guy does a lot more damage, so you gotta be careful that he doesn't, like, snatch victory from the claws of defeat there. Which is why you want to have your other characters weaken this dude they're standing on first. Plus it makes it easier for Ryu, less intensive on his MP, all that crap. But when you're dealing at this much damage, this battle really isn't actually going to take as long as the other one did. So, yay! And it's over. We win, and we get a crap load, 3,000 experience points. Now, it's jumped up from level 17 and 19, so that looks like an incredible level, but really that's actually 2 levels that Ryu gained in one fight at one time, so it looks like 9 points increase. It was incredible. Well, this episode's running kind of long, so I'm going to end it here, so tune in for the next one, and we'll continue on with the Tournament of Champions.